What would you think if I told you that Aquarius must pay attention because this moment won't return for another 12 years? This is Aquarius's radiant month, and you cannot afford to miss the opportunity. August is not a time for Aquarius to daydream. It's when financial decisions become a matter of survival. It's when a cracked relationship demands either a conversation or an ending. It's when your career dreams are no longer ideas on paper, but begin to demand concrete action. Because if you don't seize this moment, everything will slip away, and Aquarius will once again drift among unfinished possibilities. This is the astrological forecast for August, a map for the rebel who wants to claim their destiny, a warning for those still hesitating, and a key for the Aquarius bold enough to flip the script. There are few moments quite like this August when Venus and Jupiter come together in Cancer, right in Aquarius's 6th house, the realm that governs health, work, and your daily flow of income. This is a rare alignment in the 12-year cycle, and even more special, Jupiter isn't just present, it is exalted, radiating the energy of expansion, abundance, and long-lasting fortune. However, the first 10 days may still feel like a trial by fire. Delayed plans, workplace tension, or physical health issues might make you feel like you're swimming upstream. But from mid-month onward, the current begins to shift. Financial opportunities become more visible, pressure starts to ease, and your mental state significantly improves. This is a month in which Aquarius is not only supported, but also poised for a breakthrough, if you can grab the right moment. Right from the beginning of August, Aquarius will clearly sense an energy of delay, drag, and mental endurance being tested. It's not a violent storm, but more like a series of undercurrents pressing in on you from the inside. From July 31st to August 3rd, when Venus is in your 6th house, representing work, health, and daily habits, and forms a square with Saturn and Neptune in your 3rd house, related to communication, writing, short trips, and connections within your immediate environment, everything may feel as if you're being pulled backward. Not because you're not trying, but the more you try, the heavier, harder, and more hopeless it feels. Work no longer brings you joy. Schedules overlap. You're prone to small mistakes, and promises from others become increasingly vague. Writing, studying, or communicating easily gets misunderstood, interrupted, or just makes you feel powerless. Tensions with siblings, neighbors, or close collaborators may suddenly arise and with no clear reason, and no easy way to calm things down. This is not the time to force yourself to be okay. If your body signals fatigue, if your mind starts losing patience with itself, that's the sign you need to rest. You don't need to stop everything, but do slow down, reduce the volume, reduce the demands, reduce the expectations. Because what you try to push through during this period is likely to be flawed, fragile, or destined for revision. And most importantly, this is a test of how you deal with imperfection. You don't always have to be strong. Sometimes it is the very act of acknowledging exhaustion and choosing to move slower that becomes the true turning point, helping you step out of the old loop and into the new momentum waiting for you from mid-month onward. August 9th to 13. Some things felt like they had been forgotten. Small dreams, once whispered quietly to yourself earlier this year. A promise made to your future self. An unfinished draft. An idea that someone once laughed at. But on August 9th, when the full moon lights up 16 degrees of Aquarius, the universe brings them back, not to test you again, but to reward those who've stayed the course. This marks the peak of a lunar cycle that began in late January to early February in 25. Some Aquarians will find themselves recognized publicly. A project gets featured, an article goes viral, a result so satisfying that even you can't help but nod with pride. With support from Chiron, old wounds tied to communication, writing, studying, or the insecurity of self-expression will begin to heal. You don't need to shout to be seen, you only need to keep being yourself. Real, honest, unapologetic. And there's more. Between August 10 and 30, an incredibly rare event occurs. Venus meets Jupiter in your 6th house, the house of work, health, pets, and everyday finances. For the first time in 12 years, the universe creates a breakthrough in the areas that once felt the most ordinary. An unexpected payment, a small but steady freelance gig, a call from someone who once rejected you, or simply a dog or cat who shifts your entire emotional state this month. All of this is real if you don't ignore the signs. Check your email, scroll through old messages, revisit past conversations. Chances are luck is already knocked and you mistook it for spam. And if you're looking to move homes, find a collaborator, or switch to a more breathable job, this is your golden window. As long as you stay open and willing to act, luck won't just pass through. It will stay, because this time, the universe isn't sending gifts to test your faith. It's confirming something else entirely. You genuinely deserve this. This is a powerful week for Aquarius to take decisive action, especially in the realms of communication, work, and money. From August 14th to 17, as Mercury trines Mars, you'll feel mentally sharper than usual. Words will flow with ease, ideas will surge forward, and you'll know exactly what to say, to whom, and when. This is an ideal period to send important emails, negotiate contracts, launch a new campaign, or engage in creative writing. If you've held back before, out of fear of being misunderstood, this week you won't just speak clearly, you'll strike right at the heart of your audience. At the same time, Venus trining the North Node brings a gentle but effective way of financial upgrades. You might discover a new way to create passive income, receive a raise, or unexpectedly recover a long-lost debt. Especially with Venus in your 6th house, the house of habits and health, luck might also arrive through simple shifts, taking better care of your body, improving your appearance, or fine-tuning your daily schedule. When you treat yourself better, the flow of money tends to move more smoothly too. The peak of the week's energy arrives on August 19th, when Chiron, the asteroid of healing, is activated for the first time this month. The theme centers around healing wounds in your professional relationships, perhaps a client who once betrayed you, a partner who didn't trust you, or that lingering feeling of being abandoned or unseen. This is your chance to revisit the past, not to reopen pain, but to close a repeating loop and open the door to a new way of collaborating. The clearer you are, the more success you'll attract. The more honest you are, the more you'll draw in the right people. The more you know your worth, the easier it becomes to upgrade your financial reality. So don't stay silent. Don't avoid it. This week, the universe flips the green light for you to speak, to stand tall, and to move forward with rare clarity. August 2024, a financial rebirth begins. There are moments in the year when the universe places you before a door, but it doesn't open through prayer. It opens through your willingness to let go. From August 20th to 23, the square between Venus and Chiron forces you to face your financial wounds. The pain from work, the feeling of being underpaid, the disappointment of carrying too much with no clear way out. And you will be tested not by new pain, but by a new opportunity that requires change. Maybe it's an invitation to collaborate, a different kind of project, or an unconventional money-making model. But to accept it, you'll have to let go of old methods, outdated habits, or even a professional identity that once felt safe. This is a chance to heal, but it's also a real exam. Because if you keep doing things the same way, you'll end up with the same results: exhaustion, instability, and self-doubt. And then, on August 23rd, the new moon in Virgo takes place, right in your 8th house, marking a true financial rebirth. The 8th house isn't about salary income. It rules inheritance, investments, sponsorships, shared profits, and passive income from partnerships. A new chapter's opening. It's no longer about working to live. It's about letting your money work for you. But this time you need to take it seriously. Calculate more carefully. Be more selective with your collaborators. and dare to demand more from your financial relationships. Remember, the 8th house is where you must trust in order to collaborate, but also be smart enough not to lose control. If you start right, this could be the turning point where your financial flow becomes more stable and deeper than anything you've known before. Are you standing at the door of a new financial opportunity? Tell us. Are you holding on to or ready to release an old financial model? Drop a comment below so you don't walk through this phase alone. August 25-31. This is the week your heart no longer wants to hide. As Venus moves out of the shadowy corners of finance and enters your 7th house, the realm of love, partnerships, marriage, and contracts, you'll feel a gentle breeze sweeping through your relationships. On August 25-26, with Venus trining Saturn and sextiling Uranus, you'll not only rediscover stability, but also feel flickers of something new, soft, but unmistakable. If you're single, you may encounter someone special during a trip, at a writing workshop, or even while completing a creative project. They may arrive unexpectedly, but they'll strike a frequency you've long been waiting for. If you're in a relationship or married, this is a time for renewal, not through grand declarations, but through a feeling of safety, a space where both of you can lean on each other to keep going. Cracks that may have formed earlier begin to mend, with understanding and responsibility laying the foundation. Not only that, a woman of influence, possibly a mentor, editor, client, or collaborator, may appear to open a new door in your career related to writing or communication. By the end of the month, on August 30 Fern, Mercury trines Chiron, you're invited to experience a final wave of healing around wounds related to speaking, writing, learning, siblings, or your local community. You might sign an important contract, receive recognition after a long period of doubt, or simply rediscover your own voice. This is the week to lift your head, open your heart, and say what you truly want with a more grown-up heart. Don't be afraid to love again, begin again, or trust again, because this time you're no longer the same person you once were. This month isn't just another stretch of time, it's a major turning point in your 12-year, 18-year, and 6-year journeys. The first 10 days, stress and delays test your patience, but instead of resisting, learn to let go of control and trust the process. Mid to late month, financial, career, and relationship luck all blossom, especially if you work in writing, media, marketing, partnerships, or contracts. Fate cycles activate simultaneously. A 12-year cycle repeats itself. An 18-year cycle revisits old dreams. A 6-year cycle opens deep healing opportunities. This August, Aquarius isn't just moving forward. You're being repositioned into a new role, a new voice, in a world that's rapidly changing. Aquarius is no longer the one standing on the sidelines. You will be seen, you will be heard, you will be tested. And if you make it through, you won't just change your circumstances, you'll change how the world sees you in this lifetime. Because in the end, what people care about isn't how different you are, but what you've done with that difference. This month, the universe pushes Aquarius into situations with no shortcuts, where only courage, clarity, and well-timed choices can save you from old loops. Those who dare to face reality will find a way through, but those who continue to delay on in will be swallowed by that same reality. And perhaps the most valuable part of this forecast is the opportunity for Aquarius to no longer stand outside their own life. Because with enough bravery and determination, you won't just live in this world, you'll begin to reshape it through your very existence. I hope this forecast helps you spot the signs, minimize the risks, and feel bolder about seizing the opportunities ahead. There are many more videos on this channel made just for Aquarius, as well as guides on how to use color to enhance your luck, love life, and destiny according to your zodiac sign. Feel free to revisit them and reflect deeper on your journey. If you're an Aquarius, or if you love, work with, or walk beside one, please share your thoughts after listening to this forecast. Which part spoke the truest to your current reality? What's happening now that makes you feel this is a turning point in your life? Leave a comment below, because who knows, your story may be the exact reminder another Aquarius needs right now.